Good morning, my beautiful rays of sunshine. It's about 7 a.m. I've honestly been up since like 4:30, so I decided to get a head start on the day. We technically don't have class today, but we have 2 review sessions. One I can go to. The second one, they moved the time, and I have a spa appointment. I kind of want to call the spa and see if I can move it. But I kind of don't, because like if I move it later in the day, like it's just procrastinating the inevitable, which is, I don't know. Like I would just rather go ahead and get it over with in the afternoon, and then I could just like rewatch the study session. It's basically all clinical cases in anatomy. That's the one I'm missing. And I went to the anatomy review yesterday and I did okay in it, so I don't know. I feel like I'd be good. If there was one to miss, it'd be this one. Now, if it was physiology, and I can't, before anyone comes to me, I can't cancel spa appointment, because for some reason at the spa that I go to, you have to, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but you pay for half of it before you even go. So I have $79 invested in this. I'm not giving that up. That's a lot of money. As we've discussed, my skin could use the loving. So I'm gonna start off with probably physiology. Yeah, I might do a little anatomy, but I doubt it, because I'll have to do it when I rewatch the review. And then later tonight, it will be mainly histo, or later this evening, I should say, it'll be mainly histology. I'm at the point now where I don't think that I can't continue to study the way that I have been, which is like 17,000 hours. I think I'm just not burnt out, because I love doing this, but just like a healthy balance. Like I just don't want to study 12,000 hours a day. So that's where I'm at. I got a good night's rest. Thank the Lord. I had some good Jesus time this morning, and last night I journaled really hard, and yeah, I'm just in a good mood. So hopefully we can keep it up with the study. I'll check in with you guys later. Guys, I literally haven't talked to you all day. I'm so sorry. It's been low-key kind of stressful. The day was going good. Then I went to the spa and had a not-so-good spa experience. Maybe I'll tell the story one day, but not today. It's still a little too fresh. So that was off. Then I ate dinner, and then I came back up here and I made a little mini to-do list of everything I would like to get done front and back before our exams on Monday and Tuesday. And I don't know, like, I just feel like I'm not that far behind, but now I'm just getting stressed. And, like, there's no reason to stress. Like, it's literally Friday, but I, like, want to focus all on anatomy, but I can't. I want to focus all on physiology, but I can't. I want to focus all on histology, but I can't. Like, I've already spent a good majority of the day doing, I don't know, I spent the morning doing phys, and we went over GI in class. So before our class, I specifically went over renal, because I was like, we're going to go over GI in class. But the thing about doing that is you end up, I didn't do bad on the Kahoot. I still came in like the top percentage, but I don't know. You just like, yeah, I need to study GI of physio. And I haven't even looked at histology in like at all today. So probably do that. So, but I'm also extremely tired because I woke up this morning at 4:30. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a 45 minute nap. Then I'm going to go get some ice cream. Then I'm going to come back and study for the rest of the night until around 10 or 11. And I'm going to split up my time. I'm probably only going to do 1 more hour of anatomy. And so the way that it works is anatomy is the highest percentage this block class-wise. But our anatomy exam is not till Tuesday. So I still have Monday night after the exam to study and Tuesday morning for anatomy. Histology is our first exam. But like I said, there's nothing really to it besides memorizing the pictures. Kind of just gotta know what you're looking for and knowing what the stuff does. And a lot of the stuff that we're looking at, we've already known the function. It's not base. It's like histology is identifying the slides, and this, like, we've never seen this stuff before on the slides, but we know what it is. Like, we know what the function is. So that was not too bad. But physio is getting me. It's been getting me. So I just don't know what I want to do. I think I want to split it up. I know I'm gonna do an hour. I need to figure this out now, or else I'm not gonna be able to have a nice nap. It is 6:30. Let's just say I start working again by 8. That's so late. Freak, there's not enough time in the day. I can't do this right now. I have no choice. Okay. Oh, I can't do that today. I was gonna do the histology pictures because I need to be able to like start studying them tomorrow. I'm gonna have to do that in the morning, and let me tell you why. It takes a lot of brain power to go through those labs and screenshot every single thing that he points out, and I don't have that today. I'm gonna study muscles. And then, should I go to bed at 11 or push till 12? I think I'm gonna push till 11:50. We'll go back to physiology. All right, that's the plan. We're gonna start out with anatomy for 50 minutes. Then we're gonna do physiology for 50 minutes. Then we're gonna do histology for 50 minutes. And if I'm up for it, which I'm sure I will be, I'm gonna go back to physiology for 50 minutes and just entering Quizlet for some of the ones that we had last week. It's really not that much like work that I have to do. It's just a lot of like studying and like reminding myself of stuff that we did last block. I don't know why I'm stressing. I'm just gonna go take my nap and live my life. I'll see you guys later. I'm on my break, and what is that in the background? I'm stressed. I don't know. Like I said earlier in the week, half of me is like, it is what it is. And the other half is like, keep pushing. I definitely feel like I didn't work as hard as I should have this week, so that's kind of making me sad. But I don't know. I really did try. I was just extremely tired, so at this point it is what it is. I mean, it's literally Friday, so I have 2 more days to study. But so I did a study with me video. You can probably hear it in the background. I'm on a 15-minute break. I have 1 more round, and then I'm probably gonna call it quits for the night because I'm tired. Goal for tomorrow is I have histology review session at 10 a.m. I'm going to try to wake up 2 hours before that, so at 8 a.m. if not earlier, and do the lab portion of our respiratory thing. So just looking at the pictures, getting some practice in, and then actually start studying histo. And then after that, I'll probably take a little break after the review, and then when I come back, I'm going to start actively studying, so studying all the flashcards that I've been making. And yeah, then I'll go back to making flashcards a little bit later after that. I have a good chunk of GI done for, what is it called? Physio. So I'll probably study that tomorrow too, and then keep working on it. I have a good chunk of anatomy done as well. Like, I have a good amount of information in all my classes put into Quizlet. I would say a good 70 to 80% of the content. I have 70 to 80% of the content written down as well for anatomy. Anatomy is not all in Quizlet, but for the most part, it's fine. I need to go over the case studies for that class. Histology is pretty much all in Quizlet except for respiratory. We have what we need. It's just a matter of actually studying it. I don't know. I just feel very overwhelmed. I really would like to journal tonight, and I'm going to. I feel like every time I don't journal, I just go to bed with so much anxiety and can't sleep. So I'm going to take the time out to do that, so that's time. And yeah, I'm just kind of exhausted. I definitely see why people... Like some of the medical students, when we talk to them, they tell us like, oh, like I have a cutoff time of 10 or I have a cutoff time at 8. Like obviously it's a little bit different before an exam, but if you don't create time for yourself in medical school, you don't have it. And that's one thing the M.E.D program has taught me. And I think that's what I did this week with the cutoff. I don't know. I guess we'll see how I do. I kind of felt this way during the first exam, like the midterm. Like I felt like I wasn't prepared enough. I don't know. For anatomy and histo, I felt pretty good. But physio, I didn't feel good. Now for all these classes, I don't feel too good. I don't know. I'm going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do fine. I'm going to work hard and trust in the Lord that He's got my back. Honestly, I keep saying this. He wouldn't have brought me this far just to drop me off and not take a second look at me. So I'll be fine. I'm just being temperamental. It's what humans do. But I'm gonna enjoy my break. Oh, let's do a bar. So physiology, I would say that I know a good 45%. Histo, I don't even know because I haven't looked at it, so yeah, that's not that good. And then anatomy, I would say I know a good 45-50%, so 50-50 and don't know. I think if I had to take the histo exam right now, I could probably make like a 65. It is almost midnight, and I'm calling it quits. Hopefully I will feel better about all of the info tomorrow. Like each day the goal is to feel better and better. I do feel good about physio. Like I said, I'm not that worried about histology, knock on wood. Anatomy, I felt good yesterday, and then I did like the practice questions that we had today, and they were hard, but I think the whole class thought that they were really hard. And it's like the TA's jobs, in my personal opinion, to make it harder than what the test might actually be, or to ask a lot of questions that the test will probably have up there. So I'm just trying not to stress. failing, but nonetheless trying. And yeah, at the end of the day, and I always say this, you're not gonna know everything, but my goal really is to know as much as possible. That way when I get to the exam, obviously, most things right. Like, there's only so much I can do, and I've hit my limit. Alright, good night. Good morning, love bugs. It is 9:15. I have my coffee made, and I'm about to start studying. I know I said I was going to be in here at 8, but my parents ended up leaving, so me and my sister sat downstairs and ate breakfast together. You know how it is when you don't have, like, parents at home, like, you literally sit downstairs for, like, an hour. I don't know if anybody else does that, but we do, so... It's going to be a push today. I am just praying to the good Lord above that he makes me feel like studying, but this is the part of discipline that comes in. So I'm going to study for 45 minutes before class starts, do the class, and then study for an hour and a half after, and then I'll have a break around lunch. Let's have a chat. I am extremely stressed. If I had the time and the tears and just the overall emotion to cry right now, I would. But I don't cry often. Actually, that's not true. I'm an angry crier, but that's besides the point. Like, I just feel numb. But let me tell you why I'm upset. I've been studying this freaking information for my camera's gonna die. You know what? We'll save the rant for after I study. Okay. So, I'm on my 15-minute break, well deserved, and I thought I'd talk to you guys. So what I was saying earlier is, basically I'm freaking out because none of the information that I've been studying for the past 2 weeks is really sticking. Obviously stressing me out. Like, I don't know, like, I just remember feeling a lot more confident by this point last go around. Like, I was at the beach. I mean, you guys saw. Like, I was living life and studying at the same time. Maybe I wasn't as confident. I think I was freaking out a little bit, but I don't know. It's just like not sticking. It's Saturday. We have our first 2 exams on Monday, so I really need to focus on those. I am going to look at anatomy tonight, but after tonight, I won't look at anatomy anymore on Sunday, and that makes me nervous, but... I don't know. It's just stressing me out. I'm taking my little break. I'm about to go get a snack or something. And when I come back, I'm taking like my long, like probably like a 3-hour break after 12:30. It's about 11:37 right now. So I'll probably get back to work at around 11:40. It'll be like 11, close to 11:50. But I'll work up until 12:30. Then I'll go get lunch, have a break, maybe... I can't cry because, like, it is a big deal. Like, I need to do good on these finals, but at the end of the day, like, there's no point in crying. You've already made the bed that you have to lay in. So I don't know, I'm just stressed, but when I come back, I'm gonna be doing strictly flashcards for a hot minute. I have pretty much all of my flashcards done for histo after this session, hopefully. I pretty much have them all done for physiology, except for a few in GI, which I can work on those later tonight. Anatomy, I don't have them done whatsoever, actually, and that's not good. But I think last time I did a lot of anatomy flashcards and I wasn't able to get through all of them. So I'm just gonna do high yield. I don't know, it stresses me out. I should have planned this better. If you're watching this and you're thinking that you're gonna be able to write out your notes like Pinterest style, make your own flashcards, rewatch hours and hours and hours of lecture, and learn the material all at the same time, like active recall, it's just not possible. You have to do the best method in the shortest amount of time. And this is a prime example of why you cannot make your own flashcards, because it doesn't, you just don't have enough time to make them and go back and study them. Like the ones that I'm making now, I probably won't study them until tomorrow. I gotta go, I'm stressing myself out. Not to mention, I'm already getting a study headache. Like when you stare at the computer screen for too long, like you get kind of spacey, and that's already happening, and it's a fresh 11:40. It's a fresh 11:40. Like, we have hours to go, baby. I'm studying all day today. Like, if I tap her off at around like 9 or 10, I won't be mad. But the goal is to study. Who is? Somebody's outside my house. Anyways, the goal is to study all day today. Okay. If I look crazy, it's because I've been hard at work. I'm on my last study session for phys to prove it to you guys. Miss Rachel's coming back on the screen for study with me. And here's the setup. Let's get it. if I look hurt, it's because I am. It's basically 6:30 and I've spent approximately the last 3 hours going over histology, and I feel pretty decent on the pictures. Some of them are a little tricky, but that's to be expected. So yeah, I basically did all the pictures today except for respiratory because I just put that in, and I kind of want to spend a few more hours on it, but I also need to move on to physiology. But as my classmates keep reminding me, I had like so many people tell me today it's 7%. So I might take a little break, probably for like an hour and a half or two, and come back in here at around 8:30 and work until about 12, and I'll split my time up. So I'll probably do maybe 2 hours physiology and then the rest will be histology, but I'll start out with physiology. Oh, I'm so close. I also need to do an hour of anatomy. I just don't have like any time, guys. Like, it's so stressful. The goal is I don't think I'm gonna look at anatomy at all. Either I can't decide if I shouldn't look at it. I don't think I should look at it tomorrow because I need to focus on the test that I actually have on Monday. So I might just do an hour of anatomy, hour and a half of physiology, and then do the rest on histology, because anatomy is 24%, histology is 20%. I just spent the past 3 hours in histology. I don't know, but I'm taking my break. I'll let you guys know what I end up doing. Maybe I'll write it out on my whiteboard. Ooh, okay, hello. I'm back at it. It is 8:18. I'm a little behind, but I figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna study anatomy for an hour, 50 minutes to be exact, 10-minute break. Then I'm going to study physiology for 2 hours, probably 10 or 15-minute break in between. Then if I'm not tired and I feel like I can keep going, I'm going to go back to histology, just because like histology is 20%, physiology is only 7%, and I don't know, I just need to put a lot of time into it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I will check in with you guys after it's been an hour and let you know how I'm feeling about anatomy. Right now I'm feeling like 50-50. If he asks the right type of questions, like no clinic questions, which is what our exam mostly is, and like they're not hard, kind of straightforward, then I would do fine. But if he threw in a trick question, like could I talk myself through it? So that's what I'm gonna be doing now. And if you hear the TV blaring, my parents are in here. Oh, and anything to turn up. It's movie night. Every night's a movie night while their daughter's stressed out. But guys, this is the last, like, I just keep telling myself like 2 or 3 days from now, that's it. Well, for a little while, but you know what I'm saying. Like wow, like I just can't even I can't believe it. I'm in disbelief and in shock of how good the Lord has been to me during this time, for one, which not in shock that he's been good to me, but just in shock of like how good. Not even, because I know that he's good all the time, but like he knew, like when I was applying for all these schools like a year ago, he knew that I just needed this experience. Anyways, I'll see you guys on my break. I basically did anatomy for an hour and I'm gonna keep going. And I know you guys are thinking, Erica, you just said that you weren't gonna spend that long on anatomy because you have Monday evening to do so, but it's just stressing me out, like not looking at a class that, please excuse the hair, the highest percentage, and like not being that confident in it. Like I'm okay. It just depends on how they ask the questions. I don't know. I know myself and I just feel like I should put a little bit more effort in. That's the best way to explain it. So I'm gonna probably go maybe 30-45 minutes in anatomy and try to get caught up on that, and then I'll probably wake up extremely early tomorrow, start with anatomy, get it out of the way, and then I'm not gonna look at it until Monday, which is very worrisome, but what can you do? And then after I get done with anatomy, I'm going to spend time in physiology, and I feel okay about histo. Like I said, like that was what I mainly studied today, so if I don't get to it tonight, I'm fine to pick it up tomorrow. Physiology is making me nervous because I know a lot. You know, there's this stage in your learning, at least for me, where you either don't know anything or you know something. But I have this third stage, and it's in between those, where I know just enough to get everything wrong. Out of like 5 terms, say I know 2, right? You're thinking that's good odds, you can rule out 2. But I know just enough to get the answer wrong. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's just the way that my brain works. So I set my timer for about 10 minutes. I'm not that tired, so I did a little bit of a shorter timer, but it's not 5 minutes because I do know that I'm probably gonna be up till about 1. I'm not staying up past 1. I'm not. I've been journaling too, and I really want to journal tonight, so that means I need to at least be in my room by 1 to be in bed by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I feel pretty decent about the cases now that I'm going through it. I feel okay about histology, so that's a win-win. Maybe by the end of the night we'll feel okay about physiology, and hey, we'll be getting somewhere. Physio at this point is just memorization, so I'm gonna start with you know, they say don't memorize, but I'm gonna start with that. And then once I get tired of like actually studying physio, I'll just continue to put stuff into Quizlet because I didn't put everything that I need to put in. Not to mention, this is what's getting me. It's cumulative. You guys haven't heard me say a word about the first 2 weeks information, and there's a reason for that. I'm gonna wing it for the most part. Like, I'm probably gonna go back on phys, but histology, like, I'm gonna do the bare minimum. Probably look over all the images once and call it a day. It's just so hard. This is the hard part. Remembering everything. Like, you want to see everything, and it's not humanly possible for you to see everything. It's just not. It's just not. And like, you could be thinking like, oh, you should have been like studying last week's information during this week. But when would I have had time to study this week's information? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just literally not enough time, and I'm just extremely stressed. But there's a good thing and there's a bad thing about time. It keeps going no matter what. So it's good in the sense of, if I could control time, I would want to like press the pause button so I could have more time to study on my exams, but then I'd just be prolonging the inevitable. So it's good in that sense, but it's bad in the sense of I can't control time and I feel like I'm running out. So all right, I'm gonna scroll on TikTok and try to calm my nerves. Just finished all the anatomy cases. So technically it's only been 30 minutes since the last time I talked to you, and I try to work in increments of 50. So I'm gonna do 20 minutes of physio and then take a break. And I'm kind of getting, I wouldn't say restless, but I definitely don't want to be sitting here right now, so maybe restless. I also feel like I look extremely tired and my eyes are aging. So yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing and we're moving on to physio. We're doing respiratory for at least an hour. I got my worship music on in the background because I need it. I do. I need it. Oh my gosh, y'all don't even want to know how many terms this is. That's another thing I think is crazy, is I watch Rachel Southard on YouTube. If you don't know her, she's a medical student, 4th year medical student now. And like, at the beginning of her journey, she would like do flashcards and she would like show us how many she had to do for the day, and it would be like 300, 400, and I'd be like, the freak. And when I was studying for the MCAT, like, it obviously gets that much, but I didn't really take Anki seriously, but I will. Anyways, now I completely understand, because it's just so much information to learn. You have no choice but to have like 300 or 400 or 500 flashcards a day. I might go in my room and study a little bit because my parents' TV is a little loud, but being in my room and studying is risque. So, alright, see you guys later. On my break, and I've been through about 40 renal cards in 30 minutes, so if I can do 40 more, I'll be almost there, and then I'll spend an hour on GI, and it's already 11 o'clock, so that might be all that I do for today. I might not make it back to histo, which is fine. Not really, but what can you do? We're on our last break of the night, I think. We still have 30 more cards that we haven't seen for renal physiology, but I'm just gonna move on to GI because you win some, you lose some. Am I right or am I right? Just kidding. You just gotta keep going. Like, if you know 100% of one topic on the exam, which is what I did the first time, you know nothing. But if you know 20% of each topic on the exam, you know a lot. How many cards do I have in GI so far? 116. And I still have a whole PowerPoint to go through. And some of these aren't even filled out because I said I would fill them out today, and I didn't. Alright, I'm setting my thing for 15 minutes, so I'll be back in here at 12. Honestly, I might do this last set in the bed, but I just feel like that's a bad idea. But it's very appealing to me. Plus the TV in here is loud. And it's that movie where the 3 girls are all, oh, John Tucker Must Die, is that it? I think so, I don't know. But it's a good movie, and I just keep hearing it, and I'm like, dang. I will more than likely see you guys in the morning. Hopefully, I feel almost ready for test day by the end of tomorrow. Good night, love bugs.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.